Picture this. You're scrolling through your feed when a notification hits. Your industry just got automated by AI. Panic sets in. But what if, instead, you're ready? What if the quiet rise of adaptability is the superpower you didn't know you needed? Why are some thriving in chaos while others crumble? How can you bend without breaking in a world that's always shifting? What happens when climate change upends your livelihood overnight? How does globalization turn local jobs into global competitions? And in the age of AI, who will adapt fastest? Humans or machines? In the next few minutes, we'll dive into these questions, revealing the hidden force reshaping society, technology, and your daily life. We'll explore real stories of people who've pivoted from despair to triumph, businesses that rose from the ashes of rigidity, and the scientific studies proving why adaptability is no longer optional. It's essential. Buckle up. This could change how you see tomorrow. We'll uncover historical pivots that saved empires, modern workforce trends from 2020 to 2026 that highlight the adaptability gap, and future implications where AI, climate change, and globalization intersect to demand unprecedented flexibility. By the end, you'll have actionable insights to cultivate your own adaptability. Stay with me as we navigate this evolving landscape together. With subtle motion, neutral palette. We've all felt it. That nagging sense the rules are changing mid-game. Why do jobs that felt secure suddenly evaporate? How does a global event like a pandemic force us to rethink everything overnight? What about the creeping impacts of climate change, turning fertile lands barren and forcing migrations? Or globalization, where a policy shift in one country ripples to your paycheck? The problem is clear. Our world is no longer built for rigidity. Change isn't just constant, it's exponential. From AI rewriting resumes to climate shifts upending routines, the old model of pick a path and stick to it is failing. But here's the twist. Adaptability, that quiet ability to flex and flow, is emerging as the antidote. We'll explore why later, but first, let's see it in action through stories that mirror your own life. Let's delve deeper into the roots of this problem. Historically, societies thrived on stability. In the industrial era, from the late 18th century onward, as detailed in studies on technological evolution, machines revolutionized production, but workers adapted slowly, leading to social upheavals like the Luddite rebellions. Fast forward to the 20th century, standardization and specialization dominated, with careers lasting decades. But post-2000, the pace quickened. The 2010s saw cloud computing enable remote work, agile methodologies become standard, and digital disruptions like smartphones change communication overnight. By 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic accelerated this. Remote work surged from 5% to over 40% globally, per World Bank data, proving mass adaptation is possible, but painful. Recent studies from 2020-2026 paint a stark picture. Deloitte's 2026 Global Human Capital Trends Survey reveals only 27% of organizations manage change effectively, with just 8% excelling at continuous learning. Respondents ranked adaptability as the second most important trend, with 85% deeming it critical, yet only 7% lead in it. 1/3 of workers faced 15 major changes in the past year alone, from AI-driven strategy shifts to evolving customer expectations. The World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs Report 2025 predicts 63% of employers will invest in reskilling due to tech changes, but gaps persist. Gallup's 2025 study shows U.S. employee engagement at a mere 32%, with Gen Z dropping 5 points, highlighting detachment in a rigid system. In society, adaptability divides winners and losers. McKinsey's research on the adaptability paradox notes, leaders must balance well-being and purpose amid uncertainty. The OECD forecast by 2030, half of jobs need reskilling. Yet, inequality widens. Those without access to upskilling fall behind. Climate change exacerbates this, forcing farmers to switch crops or migrate, as seen in California's droughts or Miami's sea level rise. Globalization ties economies. A Suez Canal blockage or chip shortage disrupts worldwide, demanding quick pivots. The human cost? Burnout, anxiety, disengagement. A 2024 LinkedIn study shows 70% prioritize flexible skills over degrees. Neuroscience backs this. Brain plasticity allows rewiring into adulthood, but stress hinders it. The pandemic proved we can adapt en masse, but without equity, fractures appear. Societies clinging to old ways crack. Think Kodak's fall or Blockbuster's demise. We'll answer how to bridge this later, but recognize, in this flux, rigidity is the real risk. Think about your daily grind. That moment your favorite app updates and you have to relearn it, or when traffic apps reroute you around a jam, saving your sanity. These are mini adaptations we take for granted. Now scale it up. Kodak ignored digital photography, sticking to film like a bad habit, and went bankrupt. Netflix? They ditched DVDs for streaming, turning your binge-watching into a global phenomenon. In your world, it's the Uber driver who was once a cab operator, now coding side gigs via free apps. Or you during the pandemic, turning your living room into a home office or gym. A 2023 study showed 40% of us picked up new skills just to cope, like mastering Zoom for family calls or TikTok for side hustles. McKinsey reports the gig economy now touches 1 in 3 workers, where adapting means juggling Uber drives with freelance graphic design. These aren't distant tales, they're echoes of your scrolling, swiping, surviving. Let's expand with historical giants who adapted or perished. DuPont, founded in 1802 as a gunpowder mill, pivoted to chemicals through R&D, surviving wars and market shifts to become a materials science leader. Hewlett-Packard, HP, started in a garage in 1939 making oscillators, diversifying into computers and printers, adapting to tech booms. Nokia, originating as a paper mill in 1865, shifted to rubber, cables, then mobiles, dominating telecom before smartphones. A reminder that even adapters must keep evolving. Berkshire Hathaway, under Warren Buffett, transformed from failing textiles to a diversified conglomerate, showcasing investment adaptability. Apple, nearly bankrupt in 1997, pivoted from computers to iPods, iPhones, becoming a consumer powerhouse. Modern examples abound. Microsoft, once software-focused, adapted to cloud and AI under Satya Nadella, rebounding from mobile misses. Amazon, starting as an online bookstore, expanded to e-commerce, AWS, streaming. Jeff Bezos' day one mindset epitomizes adaptability. PepsiCo, led by Indra Nooyi, shifted to healthier products amid health trends. Adobe transitioned from boxed software to subscriptions, thriving in digital. Netflix versus Blockbuster is classic. Netflix saw streaming's future. Blockbuster clung to stores. Personal stories inspire. Susan Hyatt, a realtor, felt unfulfilled and became a life coach, authoring books and motivating thousands. Joy Behar taught English but pivoted to comedy at 40, becoming a The View co-host. Josie Natori left investment banking for lingerie design, building a global brand. Vera Wang, after journalism and skating, launched bridal fashion at 40. J.K. Rowling, a secretary in poverty, wrote Harry Potter during struggles, becoming a billionaire author. Howard Schultz sold appliances before envisioning Starbucks coffee culture. Laura Ingalls Wilder published Little House at 65. Harry Bernstein debuted memoirs at 96. Gladys Burrell ran a marathon at 92. Susan Boyle found fame at 47. Alan Rickman switched from graphic design to acting at 42, iconic as Snape. From recent shifts, Bradley left pharma for clinical research via networking. Nancy escaped sales stagnation by reskilling. Icenia advanced in CS with accountability. Alan weighed options through homework. Chudia pivoted to tech via certifications. Princewell grew via desire. Adam from law to web dev. Guilherme from sales to software engineering. X Insights. Sahil Bloom notes adaptability as highest intelligence. Johnny Miller on uncertainty tolerance. Adonis on skills for options. Real people like Sarah from media to weddings. Fiona from education to animal welfare. Edita from law to consulting. These stories show adaptability's power, from corporate pivots to personal reinventions. A 2023 McKinsey report, 36% in independent work juggle skills. Infuse your life. Adapt that recipe, reroute that commute. It's practice for bigger shifts. So, why this surge in the need for adaptability now, quietly but inexorably? It starts with technology's relentless march. Moore's Law, doubling computing power every 2 years, has fueled innovations like AI and automation, disrupting 85 million jobs by 2025, according to the World Economic Forum, but creating 97 million new ones for the flexible. Add globalization. Supply chains span continents, making events like the Suez Canal blockage or chip shortages ripple worldwide. Climate change amplifies this, forcing farmers in California to switch crops amid droughts, or cities like Miami to rethink urban planning against rising seas. Then there's the human factor. Neuroscience shows our brains are wired for plasticity. We can rewire neural pathways well into adulthood through learning. The pandemic accelerated this. Remote work jumped from 5% to over 40% in months, proving we can adapt en masse. Economically, stagnant wages and job insecurity push lifelong learning. A 2024 LinkedIn study reveals 70% of professionals now prioritize flexible skills over specialized degrees. In essence, our world is a complex system in flux. Tech, environment, and society intersecting to demand fluidity over firmness. Let's break it down further. From 2020 to 2026 studies. Deloitte's 2026 survey highlights real-time adaptability as a differentiator, with only 27% managing change well. The Great Workforce Adaptation from Randstad's Work Monitor shows diverging confidence. Employers seek agility. Workers want mobility. Adaptive human capital research emphasizes credential validation in AI economies. Curiosity and adaptability as success predictors in 2026, per Armstrong. Vistage's trends. Engagement slump, multi-generational needs. New global study. Adaptability tops leadership skills. HR executives predictions. Strategic adaptability for tech. Policy shifts. Forbes. Productivity. AI. Hybrid data. McKinsey, resilient workforce. Oyster HR, AI as everyday tool. PRSA, human AI synergy. SSI, flexible solutions. HBR, nurturing adaptable workforce. HBS, future of work management. TTI, AI adaptation. Career adaptability study. Self-efficacy, support for graduates. Ivy Exec, extended strategies. HRA new, work-life harmony. AI intersects. Advancements in energy chalked climate modeling. Friend, foe, and adaptation. Driving growth in transitions. Opportunities for developing countries. Bigger picture with regulations. Responding to generative AI's impact. Visions on governance, AI, climate, policy acceleration, green intelligent role, leveraging for adaptation, confronting climate injustice, promise pitfalls and mitigation, balancing justice, predictions, solutions, challenges, harnessing for resilience, opportunities, considerations, revolutionizing sustainable future, environmental challenges, policy levers. Globalization, entangled futures, interconnected risks. This perfect storm demands evolution or obsolescence. Looking ahead, what does this mean for you? By 2030, the OECD predicts half of all jobs will require significant reskilling. Schools like Finland's are ditching memorization for adaptability training. Companies prioritize learning agility, turning failures into fuel. Positively, it could mean universal basic income freeing you to experiment, or AI tools democratizing skills. But beware. Without access, inequality widens, and constant flux could tax mental health. Envision a world of fluid careers, digital nomads, and resilient societies. Or one fractured by resistance. Adaptability shapes which future we get. Expand. In AI climate globalization nexus, implications profound. AI accelerates decarbonization but demands energy. Data centers could double electricity share by 2030. Opportunities. AI optimizes systems, discovers innovations, drives efficiency. Risks. Rebound effects, power shifts, equity gaps, policy needed. Foster research, regulate impacts, build capacity. Visions. 4 scenarios for 2045, from AI-enabled mitigation to geoengineering. Green divide, benefits versus costs. Human outshine AI in adaptation via self-orientation. Evolution from tech to human adaptability. Continuous adaptation beyond resilience, agility. Future-proof via well-being, purpose. Workforce, 2026 trends. Curiosity, adaptability predictors. Social workforce shifts. Adaptability top skill. Bold predictions. Leadership focus. Resilient workforce. HR trends. Workplace trends. Evolving landscape. Bold trends. Managing future. Top trends. Career adaptability. New reality. HR trends. AI in HR. Gen Z AI. Optimization. Personal. Success stories imply future pivots normalized. Adapt or fragment. Choice ours. In the long view, adaptability is our quiet harmony with flux. It's not survival of the fittest, but the most flexible, as Darwin implied. It answers our opening questions. Jobs vanish, but you pivot by embracing change. You bend by building resilience daily. Climate forces evolution. Globalization demands agility. AI partners, not replaces, the adaptable. This rise invites reflection. How will you adapt to tomorrow's whispers? From historical pivots to modern studies, future intersections, adaptability endures. Cultivate it. Learn continuously. Embrace uncertainty. Connect globally. The future favors the flexible. If these insights on adaptability sparked something in you, consider subscribing for more calm explorations of our changing world. Notifications ensure you never miss a view into the future. What's your adaptability story? Share below. Until next time, stay flexible.